Good morning. Hi from Thailand. My name is Teviot Fair Service, and I'm a co-founder of the Cat Beach Sanctuary. Thailand. My name is Teviot Fair Service, and I'm a co-founder of the Cat Beach Sanctuary in Teluk Bahang on the island of Penang. And today our live stream begins with a slideshow, and we've got some videos. And the topic of the day is how you can help cats through volunteering. And you can volunteer in person, or you can volunteer online. And with the power of social media, we can do a lot. So that's part of the fun of doing these live streams, is that it's not just a post. We're not just telling you what's happening or what we can do in one image or one slide, but we can actually take some time and deep dive into the topic of the day. And the topic is volunteering and how you can volunteer. If you love cats and you love the beach, then we hope that you'll join us at Cat Beach. And we can all help cats in so many ways. So please join us on Sundays at 11 o'clock. And I'm going to try to reach out with in-depth materials about Cat Beach and about the larger issues of cats' welfare and even larger issues of animal and human welfare. What is Cat Beach? Cat Beach is a beachside sanctuary for cats on the island of Penang in Malaysia. But our work spreads around the world. So welcome to Cat Beach, Penang. Our main focus for us is on adoption. We want the cats to stay as short a time as possible at the sanctuary and get them out to wonderful, loving homes. You can make a difference in so many ways. You can adopt, you can volunteer, you can donate, and of course you can visit. And tourists and visitors and volunteers from all over the world come to Cat Beach. And we've met people from everywhere. Now that the pandemic is, we hope, dying down, the borders are open as of April 1st, and people are coming. And we hope, in the past, we had people from all over Asia, all over Malaysia, of course, and all over the world. So we hope that you will come and visit us. Cat Beach is a no-kill sanctuary for homeless rescued cats that need somewhere to go. We only take them if it's life or death, and there's no other option. We're really at the capacity for care, but little kittens and cats, when it's a matter of life or death, then Cat Beach offers sanctuary, and it's kind of a beach resort for cats. We have two main goals: to give cats the very best care we possibly can, and that depends on donations, of course. But we also want it to be a place where people come, a place where people can interact and fall in love with cats. It's a best practice cat sanctuary, an educational center for all ages, and an exciting tourist attraction. You can learn about cats and how to care for them. And there are lots of things to see and do when you are at Cat Beach. You can make cat toys. The cats love that. Creating cat art is part of the fun, and everywhere on the property you're welcome to paint a cat, and we hope that you'll play with the cats. Enrichment of cats is a really important part of cats' health and de-stress. And you can also make friends from around the world. These are some of the volunteers that have come to us in past years from France and Brazil and all kinds of places. This is the kitten lady who came from the United States, the famous kitten lady, and the cats just love visitors. So please come meet the cats, visit Cat Beach Penang for a special experience of the joys of cats. Cat Beach Penang, Teluk Bahang is right in the middle of the beach in the beautiful Teluk Bahang beach. And come adopt a cat. It's free. You do have to pay a veterinarian for health check and vaccination before you can take it home, but we are always looking for homes for the cats. Adopt, volunteer, donate. The Cat Lovers International Society is the umbrella for Cat Beach, and we hope people from all over the world to join. And we know that we can all make a difference. So welcome to the StreamYard, broadcasting out to the YouTube channel, Cat Beach Sanctuary YouTube channel. We hope that you'll join the YouTube channel. We know that if we can get enough followers, we can actually start making money for the cats through the YouTube channel. And we have lots of video and lots of materials to share with you. So welcome to our live stream today. And we're so glad that you've decided to join us. Our topic is Cat Talks. You know about the TED Talks, so we called it Cat Talks. We're taking a TED Talks model. And of course, we'll always mention what's up at Cat Beach, and we have a WhatsApp chat that perhaps you'll join. And we really want Cat Beach Sanctuary to be your resource for all things cat. And the more that we reach out into the world, the more that we connect with people in different countries, the more support and the more interest in both Cat Beach and the larger issues of cats' welfare are going to be possible. So my name is Teviot Fairservice. I'll be your host for this project today. And I hope that you will stay with us and not leave us too soon. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot about ways that you can make a difference for cats. We have a helpline, and that's the first thing I wanted to mention, is that at that number, which is a WhatsApp number, you can send us a message. And we don't always know the answer to the question, but we will certainly do our very best to figure out what to do. If you've got a cat that needs rescue, if you've got a cat that you have to find a new home for, if you have a cat that you don't know what's going on medically with it, of course, our first advice is always send it to a veterinarian. We are not veterinarians. We don't have a veterinarian on site, but we have partners that we work with, about 5 different vets. And we want very much to see that every cat gets the care that it needs. So please join us on Sundays at 11 o'clock. That's 11 o'clock here in Malaysia, 10 o'clock here where I am in Thailand. It's 11 o'clock at night in New York, and at various times throughout the world. So just go to time and date and figure out GMT +8, and you'll figure out what time it's going to happen. And we hope that these are going to be fun and free live streams, informative live streams, and we'll continue to host them on Sunday mornings as many days as we can. Our theme this month of April is Charity Begins at Home. And the reality is that the pandemic this past 2 years has made a big difference in the technologies of what we can do from home for free. And we can all help charities that we care about. One that I feel very strongly about is the animals that are being affected by the war in the Ukraine, and how many of them have been considered family members and brought with the families. Or then, of course, there's the many animals that had to be left behind or were living on the streets. So that's something that we can do something about from the privacy and quiet of our own home computer. You can turn it on and you can make a difference by posting, through websites, through donating, all sorts of things. And last week we spoke about empowering charity. And you can make your own crowdfunding page, and we have instruction for that. And if you want the instructions, all you have to do is send us a WhatsApp message or a catbeachsanctuary@gmail.com message, and we'll send you slides and instruction. Today, again, is the idea of volunteering and how you can volunteer to make a difference. And again, I underline that this is not just about Cat Beach, although we greatly need your help, but it's also about your life. And it's about how you can help any charity. The same information, you can apply it to any cause that you care about. And I really believe that we now have a moral obligation to help causes that we care about, very simply by using the internet. And I also have found in my own life, after 10 years or more, establishing and developing the work at Cat Beach Sanctuary, that it really does give you a sense of value, something that makes your purpose on the planet more meaningful. So I suggest, and I hope that you'll stay with me today and think about how you could give value to your own life, how you could volunteer to help cats. If you love cats the way I do, and I know that you do, volunteer. Next week, we have a wonderful program on social publishing, and it'll be all about how to make your own ebook and how to do things for a cause for free online, and at the same time maybe raise some money. And then we'll bring it all together on the 24th about how you can make a difference through partnership, through community service, and that wonderful corporate social responsibility. So I hope you'll join me next weekend when my guest will be Dr. Wong Taek On from Penang. He's a professor at Inti College, Penang, and he's been telling his students and requiring them to create social enterprises and materials that can be purposefully done to help the charities that they care about. And he's written several books, including one wonderful one about how you can study overseas in the United States. He was a student at Pomona College in Los Angeles, or outside of Los Angeles, and Pomona is one of the best colleges in the country. And so he's got a lot of knowledge about how you can get studying overseas if you're interested in that. So that's one of several books that he's written in the past few years, self-published, shared with friends and colleagues and around, certainly within the local area of Penang, but available online as ebooks, I believe, some of them. And the proceeds, every penny, he does not take any money himself. He donates every penny to Cat Beach Sanctuary. So we've been very grateful. It's bailed us out a number of times when he's had the money come through for Cat Beach. So let me ask you, are you a cat lover? If you are, please post something in the comments. I'd love to see that people are there and that we can talk to each other. That's the wonderful thing about the way things work these days. And I'd love to hear from you. If you are there, please say hello. And I will have it posted up here. I'm using 3 different technologies at the same time. I've got a phone, I've got a big screen TV, and I've got my laptop. We're posting today on the YouTube channel because we're having glitches with the Facebook channel. I can access it through the phone, but I can't get it on the computer. Who knows why? I don't know. Anyway, my big question is, are you a cat lover? And if you are, please consider volunteering. You can come for an hour. You could come and spend half the day. You could spend a week, and we would put you up and take care of you. You could come for a month and do an internship and get university credentials and more, lots of things that you can get from a longer internship. And of course, some people come and stay for a year. And that used to happen when we had, before the pandemic. Now it's been more difficult, and we've had to go to paid staff in order to keep the place running. But for your best and to sign up, the best way to sign up is to send us an SMS or a WhatsApp message to the Cat Beach helpline, +6 017 575 3419. And or you can always email us. That's another possibility. And catbeachsanctuary@gmail.com. It's easy to remember. We also have a website, and you'll find a lot of information about the sanctuary and about how you can help on catbeachpenang.com. So our main focus with volunteering is the cat's comfort and the cat's care and attention being given to the cats. To do that, it's going to require quite a wide variety of cat care tasks. Basically, if you have skills in housekeeping, if you've been able to keep a fairly clean house yourself, you have the skills that you need to help us out at Cat Beach Sanctuary. We do a lot of cleaning because things are contagious and they need to be cleaned up. We also have a lot of repairs and renovations. If you have any skills with carpentry or painting or plumbing or anything like that, we would greatly appreciate your help as a volunteer. And then, of course, the cats always love to be groomed, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that personal attention, when you have 300 cats, as we do, 300 plus or minus, we say it changes every day, and cats and kittens, it's very hard to make sure that every single one gets personal attention. It's also hard for us to track them. So that's where we really appreciate when people come and take pictures or videos and share them with us. We're trying to keep really good records. Again, as I say, one day we might have a cat that is adopted, and the next day we might have a new cat that comes in and has been dumped at Cat Beach, which we discourage. We don't want anybody dumping. But we're trying to keep track, and you can help us, and we'll train you how to do that. So what is it like to be a volunteer at Cat Beach? We had a group from Wawasan University, and they came recently. This is just a week or two ago. And here it is on YouTube, and we're going to try to share this with you. And the university students created a very lovely video, and let's see if it's going to show up. It is not showing, is it? There are always technical glitches, and we'll try to figure them out. Let's see if we can get this to play. Again, my name is Tebet Fair Service, and I am from a co-founder of Cat Beach Sanctuary. And here, if it will play, is this wonderful video that these students made of their visit. Here we are entering Cat Beach Sanctuary. That was, I think, the student's class number. And this was made by another group of students assigned for the cats. And the cats always welcome you. It's a beautiful place. The fishing village is very peaceful and calm. You can see over there's some fishing farms. It's very much a quiet local place, and yet there's some exciting things happening with the Escape Adventure Park and the Tropical Spice Garden, and the National Park is there, and we welcome visitors. And the cats will welcome you. We do ask that you don't put the food on the ground. That was a mistake. We didn't have somebody catch that. We want to make sure that people really understand how to take care of cats, and that's one of our most important educational efforts is how do we take care of these cats. And we try to follow the highest international standards with a very small staff of people, very dedicated and hardworking people. And that's one of the great things you can do is just take a piece of newspaper, roll it up in a ball, maybe put a rubber band or two around it, tie it on a string, and play with your cats. Since I have nothing left to say, when you volunteer, you can get involved in a lot of different things. Here the boys are doing toy making, cat care and grooming. That's really important, especially making sure that everybody's got their noses clean and their eyes clean, and if there might be fleas or something that we can treat with some basic cat care. Here she's wiping him down, wiping the cat with a cloth or tissue and saline solution, or here he's using bleach to really sterilize the kitchen for us, where we cook chicken every day and prepare the meals. But now we're here. And we just walk amongst the flowers. Every cage needs to be changed. We try to do it at least 2 times a day. And more than that, if it gets messed up, and we're walking by and we see that the cat needs some more care, we always put newspapers in the bottom of the cage. That's why we love to have people donate newspapers. We try to clean and sterilize the water and food bowls every day. And this is for a feeding station. And pretty much all over the place you'll find feeding stations. On a beautiful spring. Cat Beach is not just within the confines of the house and the side buildings, but it is actually connects to a larger Pantai Kuching, and it is very much a place that people wander in and out, and we're not it's very much a home. It's not really what you'd call a shelter with lots of tile floors and that sort of thing. No, it is a special place that people come to, and they enjoy the joys of cats. We do have, and This is being broadcast right now on the Cat Beach YouTube channel. My understanding is that if we can get enough people to subscribe, we'll be able to have affiliate associations. Every penny, of course, will go back to the support and care of Cat Beach cats. So I hope you'll watch some of these videos. There's some great material, and from all over the world, and of course from Cat Beach. So what do you need to know in order to volunteer at Cat Beach? Actually, you don't need to know anything. We will train you. But here's some basic materials. Welcome. This is a Welcome Volunteers presentation that we will send to you if you volunteer with us. And let's see if it'll share. So our 2022 training materials, this is very simplified version, but we do have handbooks, and we've made long handouts and things, but sometimes visual training is actually more effective than having to read a lot. So now we've gone more and more into using the slideshows as a way of teaching. I'm actually teaching in Thailand right now for Burapha University in Chanthaburi. And I remember from my years of teaching, 30 years of teaching, how important the visuals are. This is actually the entrance to Cat Beach. There's a little house to the right, and another little one to the left. And you'll go through a gate and you'll come into the property. So welcome to Cat Beach. We say to all of our volunteers, meowie thanks for helping the Cat Beach cats. Many hands make light work. We know that to be true. And Cat Beach suggests that volunteers divide up into teams. Maybe bring your friend with you, or of course you can work with our team. We have a lot of cleaning to do inside. We very much appreciate help with hands-on help with all kinds of projects. We'll show you some of the projects. And we want very much to have you help us indoors and outdoors. Outdoors, of course, we have lots of raking and cleaning. We always look at heavy duty things that move that heavy cage or help us to readjust the roof on something. And so we always have construction and projects to do, and they often take more time and effort than one person can handle. So again, having some more people, many hands make light work. Indoors, we always need cleaning, and we use bleach, and I'll talk about that. We always have the cats in the cages, all need grooming, and then there's all these free roamer cats that come in and out. We try not to keep cats in cages for too long. Upstairs, we have a kitten nursery, and it's we don't want people to do it without training, but we would really love to have some more people help us with kitten care and mama cat care. And then, of course, the feeding stations, we got to keep them clean. We got to keep them up to date, and they get dirty very fast. Enrichment is an important thing. Make some toys for cats. And cat tracking, help us with recording the cats through photos, through cat cage tags, all sorts of things that we need for tracking. Some of the basics, and we want any volunteer who comes to Cat Beach to know these three things in particular. Number one, always ask. If you have a question, you can pick up the phone and you can call me, use WhatsApp. It won't cost anything. You can call the Cat Beach helpline. Right now, Leo is in charge of answering questions on that Cat Beach helpline. You can always send a message to the Cat Beach helpline or to me by WhatsApp, or I also recently got Line. I'm trying to connect. I've got Discord, I've got Facebook Messenger. There are all kinds of ways to connect. And so please feel free at any time to ask a question and make a suggestion and help us connect to the world. Always ask. And what happens is that people will come to Cat Beach and they don't know where things are. You need to ask, and we'll help you to do our best. And then you can ask anything. And we may not know the answer, but we will try to track it down. Another really important thing, I'm going to say it again and again, is clean, 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 clean. Always wash your hands. We know this from the pandemic. It makes such a difference if you wash your hands. We have hand sanitizer. We appreciate people using that. We also have gloves. And it's really important that you stay clean and that you keep thinking about transmission. And transmission is not just things that come from your mouth or your nose aerosolized into the air, but it's also your clothes. And what happens is people will hug a cat, and then the cat sneezes on them, put the cat down, another cat comes up and hugs, and then that next cat will get the disease. So human transmission is actually a major part of how cats get things. So it's really important that as a volunteer, hands-on volunteer in person at Cat Beach, that you keep yourself and the environment as clean as possible. A final thought on these basics is never, never, never let the cats in the cages escape. However, what happens is you open the cage, you take out the food bowls or the poop tray or the old newspaper, and you turn around to throw the newspaper into the trash can, and you've already left the cage door open and the cat will jump out. So you do have to keep thinking about how clever cats are, how they do escape. They are escape artists. And so keep your eyes on the cats. Clean, clean, clean. We have sinks around through the property with soap. We have gloves. Just ask for them. And here's some cages. We put the cats in cages for certain reasons, which I'll explain in a minute. You'll notice that we don't believe that a cat should stand on wire. And these cages are designed with wire for the poop and the pee to fall through. But it's very uncomfortable. And of course, at Cat Beach, the cages will quickly begin to rust because we've got the sea air and the sand and everything else. So we always put some cardboard or some newspaper underneath the cats. Very often we'll put plastic trays in every cage for them to poop in, but a lot of them like to sleep in them. So sometimes if we have enough room, we'll put two. And people ask us, probably the number one question, why are some cats in cages? And we want every cat to be able to roam free. But the cats that come to Cat Beach, they come in, almost all of them are sick or injured or badly traumatized from their experiences being out on the streets. Some of them were pet cats and suddenly found themselves on the streets. And that can be because of human cruelty or simply the cat got lost. There are lots of reasons. A mom cat very often will try to get her kittens or give birth to her kittens in a hidden place. So she'll take them out of a house or into a garage or in Tiluk Bahang, there is a wonderful restaurant called Khalil, a 24-hour Indian restaurant. And behind them, they have a big storage area. And there's always cats having new babies inside these shelves that will happen. So you have to kind of watch mom cats in particular. That's why we have a nursery, and in order to keep them safe, and there are always things that can happen. Male cats, for example, fathers have been known to kill kittens that are not their babies. I don't know how they know this, but they know the DNA, and they won't usually kill their own, but they might do that. And mom cats have been known to kill kittens. So we want to monitor them for health issues. That usually happens because somebody's sick, and we want to be able to keep them isolated so they don't get anything from another cat. So quarantine is really important, and isolation at Cat Beach of cats that are sick. Of course, it's hard to know. Cats are notorious for not showing their symptoms. We want to prevent spread of infection and allow cats to recover, especially after spayed neuter surgery. They're going to need a little time before they get back into the swing of things. Of course, with the males, they come back very quickly, usually within hours. Females need a few days. So again, that's a reason that we'd keep a cat in the cage. During mating seasons, which happens several times throughout the year, can happen any day, the males can become aggressive and fights can break out. We don't want any fights. Males get injured, and then they get infected, and then they get sick, and they could die if we don't take care of them. Females go into heat, and they yowl, and they make a lot of nuisance noise. So these nuisance behaviors, or the males will go around and they'll spray urine on the walls and things. These are all good reasons for every cat to get sterilized. And we want pet owners to know that this is, and we have a program called Operation Snip Snip that we do with the Windsor Animal Hospital. And you sign up with Cat Beach for any cat that you've rescued or any cat that you've taken in from the streets, or you can find strays, and it's a great discount. Normally it's most veterinarians, it'll cost 125, 150, 200 ringgit for a male to get spayed in Malaysia. Females, I've seen as much as 300 ringgit for a female. But under this program, it's only 75 ringgit for males and 125 ringgit for females. And you just sign up with us. We make an appointment with the professional surgeons at Windsor Animal Hospital in Tanjung Bunga, and we'll give you all the information you need to know about how to take care of it the night before and in the days following. And so we can start to reduce the cat population. We don't want to be adding more cats. Let's give the best possible care to the ones that we have. There is the issue that the international protocol for cats is that when they arrive in a shelter, they need, or in somebody's home, they need time to settle. And so what we do is we put them in the cages for up to 2 weeks. Sometimes we can let them out after a week or so. It gives us a chance to observe their health, look at their behavior, and give them names and make sure that they've been dewormed and defleed and really ready to settle in. But that's why, again, it's really important not to let them out of the cage. We have lots and lots of daily tasks, and we love having more helpers to help us do these things. The feeding stations, to me, are one of the most important things, and I'd love to get more feeding stations put out there. These basically are dry food, and then we bring wet food out for an hour or so, 2 or 3 times a day. And then there's water dispensers as well. If they don't get cleaned, they can become very toxic. And it is really important that every day, at least twice a day, that everything gets fresh water, fresh kibble. But again, we're shorthanded. We really need your help. As a volunteer, come in, wash a dish, refill the water bottles, and And let's give these cats the very best care that we can. Indoors, our basic tasks are dishes, 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 dishes. There are so many dishes to wash. Every cage has 2 or 3 dishes: water dish, food dish, kibble dish, or dry dish. And those all need to be changed and washed. Every surface should be sprayed down with bleach spray and wiped and kept clean. We do a lot of sweeping and mopping. We have covers that we put on the couches and the chairs and things. Those need to be changed and laundered every day. And somehow the cabinets and the drawers, they get so messed up. I guess partly because people are in a rush or they're going off to do something else. So, and also then we have the sea air and the fog comes in, and somehow the shelves get so dirty sometimes. And so we really appreciate when people help us clean them, and reorganize the cabinets. And of course, every day, several times a day, we have trash the trash. We had to buy a trash bin for Cat Beach, specifically for Cat Beach. So whatever you need, and of course we appreciate donations of any of these basic supplies. Gloves, you should be wearing gloves. Brooms, dustpans, mops, buckets. Clorox cleanup is an amazing thing because it's both a detergent cleaner and has bleach. And bleach is the number one thing that we can use to keep cats healthy and humans healthy. We use a lot of water. We've got hoses, several hoses. And of course, we appreciate donations of cloth rags or sponges. And wiping, 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 cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Use a spoonful of bleach in a liter of water, a cupful of bleach in a 5-liter jug, like this size jug. And that can kill just about anything. That's 1 part of bleach to 32 parts of water. And it's the only disinfectant that's been shown to really kill all germs and parasites too. It's very effective against some of these other things that the cats get, particularly viruses. So the big 4 for cat illness are the viruses, the bacterial infections, the parasites, and fungi. And bleach is one of the best things that is the only thing that kills all of that. So we ask people to wipe, spray, sweep, mop, get a bucket of water, add a 1/2 cup of bleach or Clorox cleanup, leave it to dry or leave it to kill germs for at least 10 minutes. And the same thing goes for the cages themselves. We do that once a week or so, or depending on when a cat leaves the cage. We use it for our toilet trays that go into the toilet and get sprayed into the toilet. We have a motto, which is no poop or pee in the land of the sea. And then you need to put it into a bath of bleach to sterilize. But do be careful. Do not get bleach on yourself or on the cats. We also will rinse it off afterwards. Other indoors tasks, the cabinets and drawers, you have to remove the things out, wipe them down, and put things back in an orderly, organized fashion. If you've watched Marie Kondo and some of the other Edit This, these kinds of TV shows now have become very popular about decluttering. And it's amazing how much clutter can happen with 300 cats. We often need to have more hands to move cages and furniture and clean in and under and behind. And then the cats will sneeze and it goes on the walls and then it dries there. And then another cat comes by or brushes against it and they can get sick. So we spray and wipe the walls. if you see something, the walls are not in good shape. Floors are not in good shape. We've got holes in the floors. If you see something that you think needs some repair or it might be dangerous, please take a photo. Please send it to the Cat Beach Helpline. We can't be everywhere at once, and our team tries really hard, but we discovered that volunteers can really be of help. All the cloth things need to go into detergent laundry. A lot of the laundry detergents nowadays are antibacterial since the pandemic. And so we make sure that they go to the laundry and run through the laundry machine or get soaked overnight in bleach. And so we spray and wipe the couches and the chairs, and we put on fresh, clean cloths. And there's a laundry basket in the kitchen. And oftentimes, since the laundry machine broke, we're taking it out as well. So we want it to be as clean and tidy and nice for visitors as well as for cats as possible. And it's so much fun to see cats with balls or cats with toys. And we've had cat cutouts. We encourage people to paint cats on the walls. Cats. Make it fun when you visit. And we do have supplies. We do have all kinds of paint and brushes and things. So just ask for that. Spray paint, that kind of stuff. The cats love it if you will make them a simple cat toy. We've had people sew huggable teddy bears and things for the cats, or bring in old ones and let the cats hug them and love them. Cardboard boxes, of course, are very popular with cats. I've even seen lions and tigers who will jump in a box. It's a very basic cat instinct to get inside of a box, and it's a great way to rescue. If you find a cat on the street and you don't have anything to carry it home in, if you don't have a carrier in your car or with you, walk into any store and say, please, may I have a cardboard box? I want to catch a cat. And usually the cats will be very cooperative. And you can put the cat inside the cardboard box. Just don't do what we did have once. This did happen. Don't seal it. Use tape, use string, but always punch some holes so the cat can breathe. Not big ones, just enough that there's fresh air. Cardboard boxes, newspaper, feathers, string. With these simple tools, you can make wonderful toys. And then you can dangle them. You can tie them to cages. You can tie them to the wall or the doorknob. And you can really have fun with cats. Cats love to play. And using your imagination to enrich their lives, they will really reward you with it. Outdoors, we have the largest toilet in the world. We have the beach. And of course, we want humans to be able to play on the beach and walk around. So it's really important that we clean it very carefully every day, which we do. Our team does. But we can always use more help on cleaning. We have a wonderful tree that looks over the house, and it has an incredible number of leaves that fall every day. And so a major portion, at least an hour to 2 hours of every day, goes into cleaning up leaves. And of course, they get into behind things and they'll get everywhere, these leaves. So we always need some help to pick them up and put them in a trash bag and send them away. We don't like it when people throw it in the sea. We end up with a beach covered with leaves and mess. We do look for organic ways that it can be used. I hope in the future we'll be able to have compost and that sort of thing. What we do encourage, though, is that the leftover food, we put it into what we call our chum box. And at the end of the day, it gets dumped into the sea. And it's mostly fish-based materials, and we'll go out and feed the fish. So we're looking for those ways to recycle. as I said before, no poop or pee in the land or the sea. That's one mantra. Every cage has another mantra, which is water, food, poop tray, bedding. And the bedding includes newspaper on the bottom. We love getting free newspaper. We're spending 1.5 ringgit per kg. We use 150 kg a week. That's, what is that? 225 ringgit just on newspapers. So please donate newspaper. And then if you come to volunteer, we just take out the old newspaper and put in fresh, clean newspaper. And we try to do that every day. We do have power washers and hoses and hammers and nails and things that we can use. And luckily, there's a couple of hardware stores nearby so that we can go over there and get anything that we need. But it's constant. The maintenance, buildings and grounds, construction, renovations, it's constant. There's always something to do. There's always cleaning that needs to be done, scrubbing, really getting rid of the old stuff and bringing in the new. And so here you can see behind him, there is a mountain on the far side of the beach, and that is the national park. And it's about 10 minutes walk from Cat Beach along the beach. And you can see there's the fishing fleet is anchored not too far from Cat Beach. It's a really wonderful place to be. And so indoors or outdoors, you can be in the shade or in the sun and really enjoy the beach while you help. And so we greatly appreciate it when people bring us gifts for the cats. Here's a nice, 2 young ladies brought some more cages, and we can always use more cages. There's always things to wash, things to put in the sun, including cats. This is the basic layout, and we've given names to different parts of it based on, you'll see we had, for a little while, we had a cat cafe in the front, and right, it's all the way to the beach, and you can just hang out there. This is the fellow on the right is just hanging out at the cat cafe. Right behind it is what we call our junior house for the younger kitten who are not babies anymore, but they're growing. Behind that, there's Prince of Wales, which is actually created by students at the Prince of Wales Island International School. They built us a cage. We have a room that's dedicated to someone who used to work with us, who passed away, Mr. Vincent. And we do have a charity storage room and other storerooms that are not even on this map. We talk about the 3 high cage, and that's a place where we've got groups of kittens, and they're often with their moms. We have an amazing porch that was built by Barbara Jansen, who is our mentor and my dear friend, and her team from the Four Paws Animal Shelter. And also in the house, we have an infirmary, and upstairs we have the cat nursery. And we also have a cage that we call the beach cage, which you can see there. But it's awfully exposed to the sea, so we're constantly having to do things to that. We ask that supervisors train you before you actually do the cages, water, food, poop tray, bedding, but we will teach you how to do that. But we do encourage you to please think about, if you have cats in cages at your home, put something underneath them. Don't make them stand on metal bars. Cage cleaning is very important, and it needs to be done correctly. So you take everything out, you wipe it down, you put in fresh newspaper, a fresh clean bowl of water, fresh food bowl, and every cat, we believe, especially because these cats have been, some of them starving on the streets, that if they have 24-hour access to cat kibble, cats have a habit of coming over and nibble, and They'll take a bite or two of food and then they'll go away. And then a little while later, they'll come back and nibble, nibble, nibble. And that's normal cat behavior. Not like dogs where they'll just have one big meal for the day. Cats like to eat throughout the day and then they go to sleep and then they come back and they eat some more. So we really see a difference in their sense of security. They feel better, safer if they have access to cat kibble 24/7 and water, which is the number one thing. Never leave an animal without water. So no escapes, please. Fresh, clean food, water, and poop trays. We put the old dishes and we try to wash them carefully with antibacterial soap, and same with the poop trays, and then soak them in 1 part bleach to 32 parts water or stronger and kill the germs. The cats love it if you help us track them down, and we're looking at every cat for it to make sure that it's got a name, and we've got scales and we weigh the cats frequently. When we have a good team of people helping us, we can put collars on the cats. You have to make sure that they're breakaway or stretchable so that no cat is stuck with a collar. We want to record in our database, and also now in partnership with Partner and out of Singapore, where there's an online app, a mobile app for your phone for adoption. It's also, we post on petfinder.com.my, and we want to know a little bit about their personality, and you can help us to identify that. Cage cats need cage numbers, cage tags that tell us what's wrong with the cat, and treatment notes. I think a really important part about working with cats as a volunteer or a professional is trust. And as a pet owner, trust is important. And that means that you're sensitive to, if they don't want to play, you don't force them. You let them go, and maybe they'll come back and they'll play with you a little bit later. If they don't want to be groomed, unless it's really a serious situation, let them go. But many times you'll find that cats are delighted to have personal attention, to be combed, to be brushed, to be wiped with baby wipes. And we use 3 things that I believe really help us save money. When we have volunteer teams, we can do this. Apple cider vinegar. You put a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just enough to smell it, into a bowl of warm water. And when you reach down and smell it, you can just smell the apple cider vinegar. You take that on a tissue and you wipe your cat very lightly, don't get the cat wet, but wipe it off. And what's really cool about it is that the fleas don't want to stay on the cat. And they're cat fleas. They're not interested in humans. They just want to jump to another cat. But if you do this with the apple cider vinegar, it won't kill the fleas, but they will let go and they will stop sucking the blood of the cat. And so that's really important, because a lot of cats, especially kittens that come into us, are covered with fleas. And they're in with a lot of other cats, and so more fleas will come. So just a little bit of apple cider vinegar can make all the difference. For shiny coats, both they can eat it, they can wear it. Coconut oil. It's wonderful for cleaning paws, and we use it also on a Q-tip to clean out the ears, or you can use tissues and all sorts of things, but just dip it in coconut oil and then it won't scratch and it'll soothe. And you can put coconut oil on your hands and then just pet the cat, and it'll be wonderful. And it will also, again, be a preventative against fleas, because they have to go through this oil in order to get to the skin. There is something called diatomaceous earth, and it comes in a white powder. It's very finely ground, and you always ask and you can get it on Lazada and Street and Shopee and things. You ask for food grade. And in the United States, in the restaurants, they will use this and put it everywhere. And so we do that from time to time. We'll put it into the backs of the cabinets, around the sinks, pretty much anywhere. You don't want to breathe this powder because it's very fine diatoms. These are millions of years old animals, skeletons. So it's basically bone skeleton of the smallest creatures, little tiny creatures, some of them microscopic. And it's ground up very finely, and you can put it on your cats. And if you have a lot of cats, it's very useful. You can just put some on top of the head and say, oh, I cleaned that cat. Okay, I can see it's got powder on its head. Next cat, please. And so the powder can be eaten, and the cats can lick it. They can also eat coconut oil safely. They can eat apple cider vinegar safely, and water, of course. So with those three things, you can do a much more organic cleaning of the cats. We do use eye drops and ear drops and other things that we can use to help them. When you're grooming a cat or when you're just petting a cat, please notice any issues and report it to the Cat Beach supervisors. Take photos and check for fleas, check their eyes. Very often they'll get, especially the poor little kittens, they'll get herpes virus in and around their eyes. Wipe their noses. You can save a cat's life. If they start getting a drippy nose and it gets clogged up, they can't smell. And if they can't smell, they don't want to eat. And then if they don't eat or drink, their bodies start to shut down. And just the simple act of wiping a kitten's nose can save its whole life. So again, coconut oil is lovely for the skin as well. It makes them feel good. Most cats love to be combed. Just be sure to clean your brushes and combs between cats. Don't carry over from one cat to the next because you might be carrying some kind of infection. So we always try to wash them, the cleaning equipment, and you can put it in boiling water or 1 part bleach to 32 parts water and soak it for 10 minutes, and that'll kill just about everything. We do have videos that I'll share with you if you become a Cat Beach helper, a volunteer, and how to clean a cat, and with Rocky Raccoon. But we love to have people come volunteer at Cat Beach and learn more about cats and try out different tasks. Some people want to work indoors, some people want to work outdoors. Next time they can do something else. The Cat Beach cats will always say, meowie, thanks. So that's a bit of the things. Boy, this is weird how the backdrop's taking out part of my head. Volunteering at Cat Beach can be really fun, and we hope that you will consider doing that and that you will come and hang out with us, hang out with the cats, and have fun with them. The cats really appreciate it. You can make a real difference for their health just by giving them some attention. And it's something that we hope you'll be doing for your own cats at home and learn from our experiences at Cat Beach. And we will be very happy to share with you. We've got some more material for you about volunteering at Cat Beach. I showed earlier the Wawasan students visit. These students came from Dysted College, and we welcome these school groups to come to Cat Beach, hang out, volunteer, do some community service, and get to know cats and the beautiful part of Talks. So here's a group of students from Dysted College. These are real cat lovers, and they also raised money for the cats. And as you can see, they came out and they took their shoes off and they dug in and they helped with lots of cleaning and care. There's always things that we can do. Again, we appreciate it if people donate brooms and mops and buckets and things. That's really been a godsend that people have been donating them, because they become very expensive when you use as much as we do. And so we want to get everything scrubbed. And as I said before, it's really helpful if you have several people, because then you can pick up a cage and clean underneath it and make sure that things are really nicely organized. And we have power washers that we can wash the roof and we can wash the bars, and we can really make it as clean as possible. And as you can see plastic squares hanging from the cages. Every cage needs to be marked and cleaned. So there's always something you can do to help the cats at Cat Beach. Our floor is falling apart, so we're always doing new flooring. Here, the girls are working on cleaning and the cats, grooming the cats. And then we've got lots of mopping and cleaning going on. And even helping out with the feeding. We feed the cats at least 2 times a day, oftentimes more, especially if it's kittens and the mama cat who needs extra nutrition. That can be 3 or 4 times a day. But at least twice a day, they have a wet meal that we serve it around in every cage and out onto for the free roamers. So Dyson College students, bravo, thank you for all your help. They've been doing great stuff. You'll see the man on the left. That's Aslan, who is one of the supervisors, and he helps greet people and continue collaborations. We really believe that collaborating with Cat Beach Sanctuary, students get a sense of responsibility, and they can help raise social awareness for the NGO, for any NGO. Luckily, these students chose to help Cat Beach Sanctuary. But again, these are techniques. These are things that you, as a virtual volunteer, can do online for free. And you can make these wonderful posters and things. My students are very gifted at using graphics, use Canva. You can make things really pretty. The Dysted students also did a fundraiser, a bake sale, and you could order during the month of March, you could order brownies and cookies, and then the intention is to donate it to Cat Beach. People ask us why. I mean, it's a very fundamental idea. Why should I volunteer? How could I make a difference? I want to just tell you one story. This is from yesterday or the day before. No, it's yesterday. We got this message. I have found 4 kittens in front of my door, and the kitten still got the umbilical cord, and we can't find the mama. One by one, kitten at the front door. We picked them all up, put them in a box, put them the first place we found the kittens, but after so many hours, the mama cat didn't return. Now, what happened to the mama cat? We don't know. She could have been hit by a car. She could think that the kittens are sick. She could have been chased away by a dog. There are many things that happen to the mom cats that separate them from their kittens. Usually they're fierce about keeping themselves with the kittens, but sometimes, and these are a large majority of the kittens that we get, the mama is no longer there with the babies. And so you have orphan kittens. They are trying to keep these kittens alive, but they have a dog. So these kittens need care. We don't know what happened to them yet. So how could you help? Well, think about those kittens. What could you have done? And so that's why we have the Cat Beach helpline, is we try to help answer these questions, but we get an awful lot of excuses. Why can't you help the cats? Well, I don't have transport. Oh, I'll take a picture of these cats and I'll walk away. That always puzzles me. Why would you take a picture of a cat who's in trouble and then walk away and not try to help it? Please help them. Um, you might be living in a different part of the world and you don't have the capacity to help hands on, but there are things you can do. Oh, I'm too busy. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh, I have other pets. Like this person who said I've got a job, or a cat, a dog in my house, or I've got 5 huskies. That's dangerous. Yes, you really can't have kittens in the same room with 5 huskies at the early age. It's not a good idea. So there's practical reasons. Um, Certainly, the veterinary bills are expensive, and we are constantly trying to raise money for the vet. But the idea that you would abandon and walk away from a cat in trouble, it's been in an accident or is ill, because you can't afford the veterinary bills, that to me is not an answer. We all have the capability of raising money by using the internet, crowdfunding. People tell us, oh, I don't know how to care for cats or kittens. Well, that's why we have Cat Beach. Come and we'll teach you, and come try it out. And we've got PowerPoints and slideshows and videos and links to wonderful teaching sites around on the internet. You can learn how to care for cats and kittens. If you come to Cat Beach, you can do it hands-on. One excuse that we hear a lot is either someone in my family doesn't like cats, so I can't adopt. But that's often a good reason to become a volunteer, is that, okay, so your father doesn't want any cats in the house, or your mother doesn't want to clean up after cats. Okay, but come to Cat Beach, help us out with the cats, and have the time and spend time with cats. One thing I find very sad, and I believe in the future will become illegal, is this building managements that say no pets allowed. I think science actually has proven that people need animals in their lives therapeutically. That cats have been proven to make a significant impact on the rate of heart attack and stroke. So you have something on the order of 30 to 40% less chance of dying of a heart attack if you have a pet cat. Now, how does a landlord say you can't have a pet cat when one of the major killer of humans is heart attack? It doesn't compute for me. Cats in your life can make such a difference. And so no excuses. Help the cats that are in trouble. How can you do that? Well, you can do it for free. You don't have to spend a penny. You can join. We have a group called What's Up at Cat Beach, and it's a WhatsApp chat. And every day, as we get in these calls and these messages, we try to track down who the people are and get photographs of what's happened. And we'll spread the word on the WhatsApp chat and try to get the cats rescued. If there's a cat that's in trouble, or a cat that's needing to be abandoned or needs to be adopted, you could start your own chat. There's a group out of the University of Science Malaysia, USM, Cat Lovers Group, and they are really going to town, and they are saving cats' lives on the university campus. So get your group together. Reach out, join our group if you want to know about rescue on Penang Island. If you're watching this program, you know how to access social media. You have power. Share for free. Spread the word. Volunteering, you can volunteer in person at Cat Beach, and you can also volunteer virtually as a virtual volunteer online. And we've had wonderful success with the ISAC program that put together these live streams last summer and again in March. And the RASMA and other virtual volunteers in the last 2 years when we couldn't have hands-on help. We've developed all kinds of new things. We can always use help researching. We were trying to find, the other day, we were trying to find the list of corporations that we might approach for funding. That's a whole research project in itself. We want to know every veterinary clinics, how much does it cost for a spay neuter? How much does it cost for a basic visit? This is research that anybody can do online on behalf of Cat Beach or that any charity that you care about. You could help with online research. You could do what these students have done of creating these design posters and JPEGs and Instagram posts and Facebook posts. You can help build relationships all over the world and become very creative. Do your own live streams and share out there. Volunteer because you care. If you care about what's going on in the Ukraine, if you care about animal welfare, if you care about how dogs are treated or cats are treated, and donate. I believe very much, and in fact, I wrote a book with a woman in Australia called Give a Gift to Get a Gift. And so if you donate, you're going to get the invisible, the intangible, the extraordinary gift of love back and caring back from the cats. But we also can do things like if you are going to commit for a year, you get the t-shirt. So we will give you back gifts. We want you to have free live streams. We want you to have slideshows. We want you to have e-publications. So we will give you back gifts if you donate to Cat Beach. This is just a model that we've created of the kinds of things that happen to cats and why they need rescue. Cat in trouble, the rescuer finds a cat, and if it's lucky, the rescuer has a good sense or has the ability to get it transported to a veterinarian, and then the veterinarian checks it over and figures out what's wrong with the cat. Or there may be nothing wrong with the cat. But then, of course, there is a vet bill to pay. So we got to say, okay, the community is going to reach out and we're going to find the money and we're going to make sure that this cat gets the care that it needs. If there's ever a question, how do I do this? What do I have to do to rescue? We've got lots of material on catbeachpenang.com and on our website and through the Cat Beach helpline. Just call us up and we'll do our best to help you. And we will reach out on our WhatsApp chats and other social media, and we will try to help the cat, every cat that we hear about. But then the real question is, after going to the veterinarian, what's going to happen to the cat? And there's different options. There's adopters. That would be wonderful, but it usually takes a few days to get the word out. Foster care, that's something that would be really helpful. There are professional boarding facilities and informal boarding facilities. Pay your neighbor to take care of your cat for a few days. What they call the MPPP, the various authorities we've talked to, they really don't want the cats returned to colony too often, unless it's and we agree that unless it's a very safe situation. Don't send it back onto the streets. Try to get most cats inside. In fact, as Jackson Galaxy said, all cats should be indoors. So why should I volunteer? That's a legitimate question. And there's a million good reasons why everybody should be volunteering, especially now when there's so much going on in the world. If you love cats or whatever you care about, if you're interested in animals or orphans or refugees or on and on and on, the many, many great causes in the world, water, lack of food wastage, these kinds of things, You can make a difference. All you have to do is step up, get a little entrepreneurial, and there's rewards back. As I say, give a gift to get a gift. If you're a young, fresh out of school, or even as old as I am, and you need job experience, you need credentials, you need somebody to write a reference for you, volunteer for your local charities. Give your time for free, and it could lead to a job there. In Cat Beach, we do have some money, and we do want paid employees. We're desperately, urgently looking for more employees to help. And you will have the benefit of credentials and experience. At Cat Beach, we really have maybe 3 different major categories. Number 1, the cat carer, who helps to clean and change the cages and feed the cats, and maybe moves into category 2 of cat nursing, giving them the kind of grooming and care that they need, medications. Any cat that comes back from the vet oftentimes comes with medicine that they have to take, and we have to follow the vet's instructions carefully. So those 2 jobs, the cat carer, the cat cleaner, the housekeeper really, and the cat nurse, are really crucial. And then we have a 3rd category, which is administration. And one of the things that in communication with me, I've spent many, many years of my life working in nonprofit field, and also small business. And so we would love to have interns and volunteers to help out administratively with reception, with the cat care, cat documentation. And of course, our 3 main categories are cats, people, and money. And all of that has to be documented. So again, doing this kind of work, you can really up your game. And I know for myself, having a passion for something and putting my time and energy into it, I get back a lot more than I give. And it gives me purpose. It's a reason to get up in the morning. You can make miracles. You can work at Cat Beach Sanctuary in person. We also have the Second Chances Charity Store in Batu Ferengay, and we definitely need help. In fact, we would love to have a store manager there. We have a lot of materials that could be given away to other charities. So many clothes, so many books, so many things. Again, we've got a lot of things. We need people, and people could organize them, take them out on outreach events, work with schools and businesses and malls in your neighborhood, or bring them into Cat Beach and do the connection. So getting entrepreneurial, this is just a short list on top of my head of different things that people can do to help cats. There are a million ways to make miracles. We love hugs and mugs. Our dear friend B started this. You give a hug. It's a charity store, and it's a cafe. We would love to be able to see that happen in Batu Ferengay, and most importantly, at Cat Beach. We did have a cafe going up until there was a major storm, and then that same month, there was a new set of licenses that we couldn't afford to continue with. But if you wanted to run your own cafe, we've got the space, we've got the equipment, we would support you in every possible way. We need entrepreneurs. Come and run your own cat cafe. Be there on Saturdays or Sundays and hang out with the cats and serve coffee and tea and goodies. At Batu Ferengay, we've started the Second Chances Charity Shop. It's also online. And we want you to come and visit us. It's in the Mutiara Arcade, which is the building right behind the Petronas gas station, petrol station, and the Subway's there and McDonald's. So it's the building right behind it. And we're doing everything we can think of to support Cat Beach Sanctuary. And it's a shelter, an educational center, and a tourist attraction. And so is this new cafe. What's in the shop? I mean, it's a charity shop, Second Chances for Cats charity shop. We have art, a lot of arts and crafts, some amazing treasures. People expats leave Penang and leave things behind and donate it for the cats. Lots of toys and games for children of all ages. We've even got beautiful musical instruments that have been donated. So much more. Books. We've got an entire room full of clothes that need to go on to the next person. And of course, you can get a t-shirt. We do have the new Second Chances for Cats company site, which is online, and you can purchase a t-shirt that way. And every cent of sales and donations goes to the care of the Cat Beach cats. So please come visit the charity shop. It's open at pretty much every afternoon. It's called Shop Number 28 on the ground floor at the Mutiara Arcade in Batifrenge. There are so many simple, free things that you can do to help any cause that you care about. Use your P2P power. I'm so amazed that people don't do it more. It's exciting how many people are becoming influencers and have big followings and start posting about their cat or their life. But you have power, and it's P2P, peer-to-peer. And we've seen it. We've seen how the differences that can happen when you get volunteers together. We're very grateful to the Isaac and Penang group, RASMA, which is Jane Goodall's Roots and Shoots. These kinds of groups and the university groups connecting. Here, this International Women's Association of expats have decided that they would like to support the local animal charities. And our dear older sister, as we call her, the Barbara Jansen's Four Paws, the Penang Animal Welfare Society dog shelter has 600 dogs that have to get food every day. Cat Beach has 300 plus or minus cats and kittens. Penang Stray Rescue, I don't even know how many dogs and cats that they have, but we wish Yuli and Sandy all the best. And Sarah and all of the team and volunteers for Sama, they are doing amazing work, making sure that stray animals are rescued and managed and given care, and they support the feeders who are out there every day on the streets. So here's one event, a small kind of event that can be great fun in Tanjung Bunga, the garage sales. People do them in their own front yard. You could do a yard sale. For this one, which is coming up on April 16th, we've got some volunteers who are going to help out with a table there. And there'll be kids' activities and arts and crafts and refreshments. It's going to be a fun day, something to get out to after all these months of being locked up. So come and spend Easter and keep thinking about kinds of things you could be doing to help charities that you care about. Here's one. It's a very simple thing. You have email people, you've got your connections on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or whatever, and you could just write a testimonial letter and say, hi, so-and-so, hello, my friend. You can send it by email, and you can say, I wanted to let you know, please. So we started from having made a donation. So you could then try to encourage your friends and your colleagues to donate to whatever cause, and it doesn't have to be Cat Beach Sanctuary, but here is the kind of format that you can use to change the world. I wanted to let you know that I have donated to Cat Beach Sanctuary because I believe in their work. You could be because I believe that the Ukrainian people their animals should be given good care despite the war. For Cat Beach, the reasons that I come up with are because I believe that Cat Beach, the goal of giving love and care and shelter to cats that have no other opportunity, that are homeless, that are in desperate life or death situations, that is an essential part of a civilized society. And I believe in that. I believe also that educating the public about cats' care, about the bigger picture of cats' welfare, and trying to solve the problem. This is what I'm certainly working on, Cat Beach is working on. Provide a helpline so that people can call up and say, here's my problem with my cat, and get some ideas. And we've been very complimented by a number of people. They say they call every shelter in Malaysia and they get very little help. And what do? Well, we can't just take in every cat at Cat Beach, but we can help you to solve your problem, whatever it might be. And so community service is really crucial to the future and to fulfilling the mission of trying to help and improve cats' welfare. And something I really care about it is that it's a special place. And it's a place where people can have a unique experience. It is extraordinary to spend time with cats. And many people can't do that at home. So come to Cat Beach, experience the joys of cats. Send out little letters to your friends, send them photographs of your stay. Send them back to Cat Beach, please. We'd love to see your photographs and your videos and try to share them out as well. We do have a Cat Beach business card, which is right behind me here. You can see it. And we'll be happy to share that with you, and you can share that. We have flyers, we have videos. You might make videos. We certainly can help you with social media and with websites. There's lots of things that we all can do to help each other. You could start your own fundraising page, and that's really an extraordinary new thing that we can all do for any cause that we care about. In particular, we need veterinary funds, veterinary care for Cat Beach cats, but it's not just for Cat Beach cats, because we get a lot of cats that we've never even met, and they get rescued from the streets and then they die at the vet, and somebody's got to pay the bill. So that's what this fund is for, and to make sure that cats that need to be given care can receive the care that they need. We're close to 2,000 ringgit to 2 different vets right now. So feed the purr. This was a great idea that students from the ISAC program had. You can call it whatever you like, but reach out there, start a crowdfunding. We'll help you. We'll train you. Come help cats for an hour. Spend a day. Make a commitment and help us redesign the website or make new posts, or there's things you can do online and things you can do in person. I have a last video to share with you. It's again on YouTube, as we have so many things there. And I don't know if the sound will come through or not, but we can try. You can find all this online. Before that, we moved out here in July of 2014 to Luc Pahang. And we have every type you can imagine of cats. That was created by volunteers who came to Cat Beach, and we're very grateful to them. And you can catch it online on our YouTube channel, and we hope that you will, and that you will like and share and do your best